Hi, I'm Sarah Hurwitz Robey, and this is the Heart of Downtown Frederick podcast. I'm here with Drennan Hicks from Trail House.
Thank you for coming in. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So how long has the Trail House been in business? You just had a big anniversary.
We just had 41 years is what we celebrated. So last year was our big 40 and then just hit 41 this year.
Wow. And so your mom and dad started the business?
Yes, my mom and dad started in 1984.
Wow.
They made the decision to open an outdoor store down here.
Okay. What do you think brought them? Do you know what brought them to Frederick? Or
my mom grew up here in Frederick.
Okay.
Her family's been here for a while. They came back and were looking. They enjoyed the outdoors and they saw a hole in the industry here and wanted to be able to provide the community with high quality outdoor equipment and be part of that outdoor community here. And there's immense resources that a lot of people don't even know about in Frederick County for outdoor recreation. So
absolutely,
it's a good opportunity.
Were they always in the location you're in now, or were they a different place?
We were 2 doors up originally at where Z-Bop is now.
Okay.
So 10 years in, they moved 2 doors down, and that's where we've been.
And which probably about doubled the space. It was a big space.
Yep.
Increase.
Bigger space. Yep. Which helped a lot.
And so then they were there until. When did you come into the business?
Well, I remember when I think I was 4 years old when we moved to the new building.
Okay.
I remember that. So I've always been in and out of the store. I worked there a little bit in the high school.
Yeah.
I'd always help out around the holidays. And then when my parents started talking about retiring, my wife and I were in DC doing corporate jobs and trying to figure out how to raise a family in DC and not really wanting to do that.
Yeah, right.
And we're like, hey, there's something we can do here. If you guys want to retire, we want to get out of DC. Let's take over. So I think our conversations probably started in 2018, and then we officially started in 2020, and then COVID kind of threw that whole plan for a loop.
So what was your original plan? Were you going to have a longer transition or a shorter
We
one?
originally were going to have a really short transition. We quit our jobs February 28th of 2020.
Oh, wow.
We went
before.
Yeah, we went on a week-long ski trip. We came back. I think we were in the store a week, and then we shut our doors.
Wow.
So we had a 3-month transition planned, and then that turned into be like 2 years of a transition. Luckily, my parents weren't like, we're heading out. It's all you to figure out.
Right.
Like they brought the experience and we brought new energy. Looking back on it, they were like, we don't know if we would have had the energy to do this after almost 40 years, looking to retire and trying to figure everything out again.
And then post-COVID, when everything changed, if you hadn't been there.
And then we brought the energy to keep going. They brought some experience.
Yeah.
And then it took us like 2 years, once we made sure everything was stable.
Right.
And then we kind of did all the legal transitions.
Yeah, what a scary time to be making transitions.
Yeah, it was quite
taking
crazy.
that huge leap of your life when you're not sure what's going to happen with business.
Yeah, it was quite, we just business-wise and personally, we both quit our jobs. We had our first kid and we moved within and COVID hit within a 4-month period.
Like they say, like the 3 biggest
we did all
life
at once.
transition. Okay, well you ripped off the Band-Aid.
Yeah,
then.
exactly.
So for about 2 years you worked side by side with your parents in the business, and then they slowly started
we were pretty much
out?
running the day-to-day, and they were kind of there as advisors behind the scenes full-time.
Yeah.
And they're still there if we ever need help with things. But since then, we've been fully doing it all.
That was going to be one of my questions. Do they still have an active involvement or participation?
Yeah, they still are there. I mean, they have an interest. They own the building, so our rent is paying their retirement. So they definitely want to make sure we're doing well.
Right. Yes, of course.
But yeah, they're always there if we need help. Occasionally, if we need an emergency fill-in, my mom will come into the sales floor.
They still live in Frederick?
Yeah, still in Frederick.
I used to see your dad biking around downtown all the time.
Yeah.
So I probably still do.
The grandkids are going to keep him here, so.
That's true. You guys live in downtown or close to the store?
Close. We're just like 10 minutes west of here. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how was the transition of working with your parents? Was that a smooth sailing?
I think it went really well. I think we approached it well. We had a really good tax accountant help us, who we both knew mutually.
Yeah.
And they gave us really good advice of like, yes, this is a family business. I've seen them go well and go south in transitions. Let's just do this the right way from the beginning so no one gets their feelings hurt, nothing happens. And I think that helped a lot.
That's really great. Yeah. My industry is one where there's a lot of family businesses, jewelry stores, and I've seen, like you've said, I've seen some go great and some not go great, and it's awesome when it can. Yeah,
we've heard some horror stories as well in our industry.
Yeah.
We're part of a group, the Grassroots Outdoor Alliance.
Okay.
There are 105 outdoor stores that are all small specialty like us.
Yeah.
The average age in our in the group is 41 years old. So we are the average.
That's awesome.
And so there's a lot of multi-generational businesses. And
do you guys get together and have like conferences?
Yep. So twice a year we have a seasonal conference, trade show, and see brands. And then we're constantly in communication with them about whatever may be going on.
That's so nice. It's nice to have it. We have that in jewelry too. It's nice to have that like peer support.
Yeah, it's
when
nice
you're
to know
like
that
going through something, you're like,
we're
oh,
all
you
going
are
through
too.
the same
right?
thing
Yeah, right.
across the country.
It's not just me who has this weird, quirky thing happening.
Yeah, no, it's all of us.
Were there any changes that you guys wanted to make that your mom and dad were maybe like, and then later realized, oh, that was a really good decision?
So actually, becoming a member of the Grassroots was one of the first big things we did.
Yeah.
It had been around for 20-ish years. My parents had always been a little hesitant to joining. I think part of it because one of the founding shops was a shop in the DC area that had been growing rapidly, and there was some concern they were always going to move into Frederick.
Oh,
and it'd be huge competition.
Yeah.
And just unsure of how much sharing should be going on there.
For sure, yeah.
But
That's always a concern.
They're out of business now, so we moved on. And
Really?
So we decided to make the jump into it. We really enjoyed the trade shows we had been going to with them.
Yeah.
And then started meeting other shops and found it really valuable networking. So we made the decision to join that.
Is that how you pick most of your merchandise, through a trade show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So we go to a spring and fall seasonal show, and we're ordering about a year in advance. We just got back last week from Kansas City.
And so what were you ordering for their spring 2026?
Fall 2026.
Fall 2026.
So we've seen all the product for fall, and then like mid-December, all of our orders will be due.
Is that because it takes that long to produce the product? Or so you're looking at a prototype and then they produce based on what you order? Yeah,
so we're looking at samples, and most of it is factory supply chain lead time.
Yeah.
Some of the bigger brands like North Face, Patagonia, deadlines will be like January.
Okay.
A little bit longer.
Yeah.
But it's just the complicated nature of the international supply chain, I think, is they want to make sure they get everything right and get it ordered to what people want.
Customs, all the different things, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Think you've seen it all? Danny Gurry keeps finding Frederick's hidden gems. Family spots, mom and pops, and can't miss bites. Good Morning Frederick. Make sure to watch live at 9 a.m. every weekday on Facebook and YouTube.
You guys have such good products. Like, I can tell you have a dedication to having good quality products. Like,
that's our
not
goal.
Just like what's fast fashion or cheap, or you're going to buy something at Trail House, it's going to last.
We're trying to buy the highest quality we can get, balancing with price, because there are some companies in our industry that price is just astronomical.
Right.
But high quality and a good environmental story and sustainability story, and pretty much everyone in our industry has some story behind their product.
Yeah.
We're trying to make sure that story gets told to the end consumer.
And you've got a lot of long-term employees who've been there with you for a long time. I'm sure that helped with the transition.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really, to have that continuity.
Yes.
Between
we have
generations.
Several. We had at the time of the transition, we had 3 employees who'd been with us for over 10 years and 2 who were close to 20 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And do you find that most of your clients are Frederick locals, people who live here, or people who come in for like tourism?
Both. I think we have a really good core customer group that's been, all 40 years. And then, a lot of other locals. And then, the weekends have turned into a huge tourist destination for Frederick.
Absolutely.
And we see a lot more walk-in traffic than we ever did. And I think that's been driving some of the growth we've seen.
Yeah.
And also Frederick growing in general.
And most of your products are something someone traveling could travel. I was just talking to Mindy from the Vintage MC, and her furniture. You can't come to Frederick and just take an armoire home. You can have it delivered, but a lot of your products are small enough that they can take it with them. Yeah,
like we absolutely love a really, really cold Frosty Friday or really, really cold Fire and Ice. Everyone's going to buy a pair of hat and a pair of gloves.
Yeah, they didn't bring it with them.
Yep.
And do you still do like activities? I remember probably 20 plus years ago, your dad did a rock climbing thing up in the watershed where they would have everyone meet near like Mountaindale, and like they would go up there. Do you still do stuff like that?
We have not done the climbing thing since COVID.
Okay.
Where I would like to get that restarted.
That was something the Trail House put on. I wasn't sure if they put it on or they just kind of were involved.
Partnered with Shenandoah Mountain Guides and Andy Nichols.
Okay.
I'm hopeful we can get that restarted. We'll kind of see what happens in the springtime. Mm-hmm. We do still do our wilderness first aid course.
Okay.
Which we offer every spring. That's kind of our big class that we do. I think that's an incredibly valuable class for
people. And you do
it
where do you do that? At Trail House or?
No, so it's been at the Mountaindale Lodge that the city owns up in the watershed. So we're out in the woods. And I believe in the spring we're going to move it to Thorpewood.
Wow, cool.
So they've offered to host us. So it's a 2-day course, hands-on. Over half the course is like giving you scenarios and going to figure out how you would treat someone with a backcountry injury.
Yeah, which is great because we have so much outdoor recreation here, and it's probably really good for people to know those what-if scenarios.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got mountain bike coaches, people who are doing Boy Scout stuff, people who go down to Virginia and the Shenandoahs and do search and rescue stuff with them.
Yeah.
So those kind of people love this kind of class.
Yeah, I'm sure people just love it at your store with all the high quality stuff and everything for that.
Yeah.
What do you see the future of downtown?
The future is very bright.
Yeah.
I think we're continuing to attract more people. Every year we're amazed at how many more people we're getting. And, I think we've got great other businesses to, keep the core downtown a really great place for people to come down and shop, eat, hang out. Keep hearing more people want to come live downtown too. So
live and work, and that's what, I always think that people like who work. There's people like offices and mortgage people and accountants and all the people who work in businesses besides just the retailers like us and the restaurants that keep this as like an actual living city, not just a facade for tourism. Yeah,
we've got 2 of our younger employees now. They both live downtown, and it's been a while since we've had employees also working downtown or living and working downtown. So it's kind of nice. They wanted to be downtown, wanted to be able to walk to everything.
Yeah, it's nice on a snow day when someone can come over. So sometimes we're like, who's going to make it downtown?
Yeah, we have an apartment above the store, and this is the first time we don't have one of our employees renting it.
Really?
That person would always be the one to come in on snow days or whatever. The alarm's going off. What's going on?
Yes, I know. It's like definitely the tale of downtown.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and talking to me. I'm so excited to have another multi-generational store right here in our block. And I love coming down to the Trail House. I'm just excited for you guys to see what the future holds for you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks.